A man's virtue mostly flows from three separate sources: desire, emotion, and intelligence. Knowledge is the wise man's treasure, but beware of false doctrines, for they are even more dangerous than ignorance. Forget all that you know, or think that you know. Abandon the hunger for power and enforce decrees. Look inward, where the deepest rivers flow. There you'll find the currents of eternity. And as always, my friends, welcome to my mania. Friends, countrymen, streamians, lend me your ear. Make haste to your post that I may wax lyrical and wane logical. Hello everyone, I am Jake Johnson and you're watching Untethered, coming to you live from the internet. And I'm hiding out somewhere off the coast of North Carolina. Keeping it from the man, as it were. How are you doing this fine Wednesday evening, this fantastic chill stream that I am so happy to be part of on this occasion? How are you doing? How's the weather? How are politics? How's entertainment? How's that rash? We can cover anything, it doesn't matter. I'm just happy to be talking to somebody. Let's see who's here. Shall we? There's somebody here. Ah! You're there, I'm here, and we both need to shave. I got a nice hot cup of coffee and a belly full of spit and vinegar. And a gizzard full of gall. I'm ready for it, y'all. Say hello if you're in the chat. I got my guitar if you guys want to listen to some music. Kevin, what's up, buddy? You're at Texas Roadhouse waiting on April. Shouldn't you be waiting on a steak? That's what I'd be waiting on if I was at Texas Roadhouse. Big, thick one. Steak. Order me a steak. I'll take it medium. And a big old baked potato. I started rewatching the show Enterprise this week. Remember Enterprise, the Star Trek show from the early 2000s? I did not realize how good that show was. But the reason I think it's so good is because I'm comparing it to the Star Trek that I've been watching that's modern. That is crap. I mean, it is the worst shit they've ever put on television as far as I'm concerned. Shouldn't even have Star Trek's name anywhere near it. But it's funny because when Enterprise came out, the biggest controversy was the theme song. Everybody hated the theme song, and everybody was against it because it was so different than the Trek that we were used to. I always thought that was kind of strange. And now I think it's even more strange because we feel the same way about the Trek that's out now. It's mindless. It has no direction, no plot, no story. It's garbage. I mean, it's not even good sci-fi, let alone good Star Trek. And so I started watching some old stuff to kind of cleanse my palate a little. And I am moved by how good that show is. I didn't realize. Either that or I wasn't as adept at watching things as I am now, getting into the depth of a story. But it is so well put together and it holds up I mean, the effects are a little wonky because it was the early 2000s, but you can buy into it, you know. And anyway, I've really been enjoying rewatching it. I'm on season 3 already, almost through the whole thing, a little over halfway. I miss old movies and TV shows because they seem to have been written better and made better. And maybe it's just a function of getting old. Who knows? But it seems like, and I remember listening to old people talk when I was a teenager about the good old days and how they wish they could go back to their time and how these young kids don't know shit about shit. And here I am doing the same thing. I swore I never would, but here I am doing it. Kind of makes you wonder about the cycle of life, doesn't it? The cyclical nature of getting old and resenting the youth for their idiocy. And they think they know everything. And they'll think that until they start getting old. And then they'll long for the old days when, you know, whatever bothers them is suddenly subverted and the young ones are doing things that they can't believe. It's an interesting uh, thought exercise, foray into logical fallacy, I guess. Kind of make you think about things, puts things in perspective. How precious is the time that when it's gone, and it ain't coming back. That's something to think about. I'm well into my 40s now. I'm pushing 50 hard, that'll tell you. But I can remember clear as a bell being 18, 17, 16. Of course, I started working very young, and I never really had much of a childhood, per se. I was kind of busy doing other things, like trying to stay alive. I guess I was about 11 when I got my first job. Maybe, yeah, I guess I was about 11. Wasn't much after that. I quit school and went to work full time doing something. I've done a little bit of everything. That's why I'm such a well-rounded human being now. Got lots of experience. I know a lot about a little about a lot of things. Makes me look like I know more than I do anyway. But I guess by the time most people get out on their own when they're 20, 22, something like that, I'd already lived a full life. I was living with a woman when I was 14 years old, driving my own car, had a condo in Bartow, Florida. No problem, just going for it. Times were different back then. Now it would probably be illegal to do that, but back then I don't think anybody seemed to mind. At least they'd ever bothered me about it anyway. And I thought I knew everything, boy. I had the world by the cojones. I was going to be something. Had my whole future laid out in front of me and was doing a good job of planning it out. Only thing is time had different ideas and put me in different places, a series of drawbacks and setbacks, and stumbles, and 40 years later, here I sit. 35 years later. Anyway, I never in a million years imagined myself as the host of a show. That kind of came as a matter of necessity. When the economy started tanking, I started looking for ways to keep my band going and stay on the stay on the minds of people. So I went on the internet because that's where everybody goes when they don't have any work to do. And little by little, I learned how to put a show together. And here we are, doing a show. Could be better, but it's a thing. It's there. It's just two different people. Back then I was a construction worker, so I fit the part. I was built like a brick shit house, stocky, dirty, old clothes and steel-toed boots, and going for it. 5 o'clock in the morning until dark every day. And this guy gets up at the ass crack of 7:30 p.m. to get on the internet by 8:30, and then stays up all night working on what he's going to do for the next one. It's interesting. The arc, how far one can go. What's your story like? What did you start out as, and where are you now? Share it with me, if you will. Lend me your ear or your tongue. That would be, I'm sure that would taste funny, but you get the point. What did you think life was when the synapses started crackling and that little light bulb started appearing above your head and you started to realize? Repeat that. I said, lend me your ear or your tongue. I'm sure that would taste funny, but you get the idea. But when you first started realizing what this thing was that we were part of, what did your life look like? What did you envision for yourself? Did you always know the path you were on? Did it come as a surprise? Were you pushed into it backwards? How did it work? I've yet to realize what's going on in life. Well, you're probably ahead of the game then, buddy, because trying to figure it out has been the death of many of us. Unfortunately, I've come to some conclusions. And I don't know if you listened to what I say in the beginning of this show or not, but that's a quote from a book. It's actually several quotes with a little of my own peppered in there just for plagiarism's sake. I envisioned being a pro soccer player, but my knees had other plans. Amen, brother. I know a little bit about that too. Not the knees. My knees are fine, but that's the only thing I've got that works. I can kick a ball like a mofo, but I can't do anything else. Anyway, unfortunately, as I was saying, I've come to a few conclusions about this thing that we're part of. And that monologue that I do in the beginning of this show warns against the hunger for power and enforced decrees, and it talks about the danger of knowledge, because a little bit of knowledge makes you dangerous. A little bit more knowledge makes you perplexed, and a lot of knowledge makes you terrified. ignorance is bliss. And I imagine it would be a beautiful thing to not have a clue or a desire to know what's going on. Just live your life, not think about the arc of life. The few of us that are capable of thinking outside of oneself, to see the bigger picture at large, to question the very nature of the fabric of what we do here. It's a hard existence, because the more you understand, the more terrifying the prospect becomes, because there are only two possibilities. And this is a quote also. Either this whole thing is a random act of contrition, just happened, or there's a grand architect who created all of it with a plan and a purpose. And both of those prospects are terrifying. The implications of both of those prospects are terrifying. Utterly mortifying. I'm getting ready to order. I hope they still have prime rib. Ooh. April is coming. She's driving in the rain and not able to get on yet. Okay. Well, I'm sure she'll be here when she can be here. And you enjoy that prime rib. I don't get prime rib very often. An on again, off again reformed porkitarian. I try to stay away from pork, though I do have a weakness for it in certain forms. But pork at large, I try to stay away from. I don't ever cook it for myself or order it for myself. But if it's there, might as well. There is a religious component to it, but for the most part, I don't do pork because it's bad for you. Bad for your heart, bad for your blood. But there are other reasons, which lends to the conversation I was having. When you begin to understand, when you reach an age of accountability, when you begin to see that your actions have consequences, and then you can predict those consequences with your actions, things become more complicated. I'm not sure which is better. This is something I've pondered on a lot. See, when I first started out, I thought that knowledge was power. To understand is to make one a leader, to be in charge, to get the picture, to be able to handle all the things. I've recently learned in the last 10 years that isn't so. The truth is, the more you know, the harder it is to have faith. The more you understand, the more complicated it is to have a relationship with your Creator. Because it begets questions that are unanswerable. It opens a hole that you can't fill because there's no way to fill it. Not from this plane anyway. Not from this order of existence. So I begin to question the necessity to be smart, the necessity to understand. And for whatever reason, and I imagine God knows me well, He did create me after all. However, I wonder the wisdom of making me hungry for that answer. I've always been that way. I have to know. It's not good enough to tell me. I have to see it. I have to feel it. I have to taste it. I have to touch it. It's insatiable curiosity to the degree of madness at times, I guess. They're all out of prime rib. What do I suggest? If you tried a porterhouse or maybe a nice New York strip, I know that's not pork, but it's a nice cut of meat. I like a good porterhouse. You are at Texas Steakhouse. Hell, you might be able to get one of them briskets that if you eat all of it, you get it for free, but it's like a 150-ounce steak or something like that. Big old slab of meat. You'd be throwed up 3 times before you get to the end of your meal. In this order of existence, we must eat cow or cattle. Cow is cattle. At least I know you're paying attention, though you deflect. I just wonder if it's not better to just be happy. I think that's better. I think it's better to just let go and be happy. Find somebody you can smile at or that makes you smile, makes you feel warm. Just be happy. You don't need to know anything. You don't need to control anything. You don't need to understand why things are the way they are. Who made those rules or what caused that to happen. You don't need to know. I wonder if it's not better to be that guy. I will order the 8-ounce New York strip with a salad, potato, loaded like my guns for the pandemic. I can see you now. You'll be out there on your Florida lawn going in your shorts and your sunglasses. I built this cruise missile to stop those kids from playing ZZ Top. With your little hat on that doesn't have a top, it's just a brim and a band. I can see it now. Flip-flops and an Izod shirt. Sunglasses that have a band around the back that doesn't touch the back of your neck so it sticks out that far. You ever seen those guys? You know who I'm talking about. Boat people. There's a lot of them up here around the coast. They all look the same. They all dress the same. They all act the same. They all talk the same. I can see them a mile away. There's different factions, too. It's not just them. There's others. In fact, if you look, if you're in a restaurant, just kind of glance around and look at how many people resemble each other. You'll start to notice a pattern that there's groups of people that dress a certain way. They're all different, there's different ones, but it seems like some people, when they reach puberty, they start trying to fit in. They start trying to find a place. So they choose a team, whether it be the preps or the gothic people or whatever. And in doing so, they start to dress like those people because they want to fit in. Guys will start watching sports, for example. I faced that myself. I remember when that event happened, where I found myself in a bar wondering why all the men in the bar were yelling at a TV that had no volume. And I looked up and I saw a bunch of other men all dressed alike chasing a ball around a square yard. I had no idea what was going on and couldn't understand why they were yelling at it, but I found myself yelling at it nonetheless. Why? Because everyone else was yelling at it. And I didn't want to be the guy that wasn't participating or didn't know what was going on. I still don't know what's going on, but I decided right then and there that was foolish and I wasn't going to do it. But I remember that day. And other people do that too. Hey, April, what's happening? Be careful out there in that rain. Who needs shorts and sunglasses? It's Florida, the Sunshine State. I will be out there naked if I need be. There's places you can do that in Florida. But I wonder if what the country is going through right now, you've heard me talk about it, the mind virus, the things that are happening in our country right now that seem to be out of left field. I wonder if this thing that I'm talking about isn't the cause of that desire to fit in with the group. And the group just slowly kept getting bigger. And then they grew up and got degrees and started teaching. And now our kids are going to them for an education. And then they get indoctrinated into their line of thought. Not even on purpose. It just happened that way. And because all of our generation grew up that way, the next generation is paying for it, if you know what I'm saying. And I kind of think that may be the cause of it, that desire to fit in, guided with a little bit of bias. And then next thing you know, you got people that are trying to be non-specific, if you know what I'm saying. If you see a group of men all together dressed alike in male spandex, then you know what is going on. Hey, I used to wear spandex. It was the 80s, but it never even occurred to me that you could see my twigs and berries clearly through those tight ass spandex. But I used to wear them because it was a thing and everybody did. That was all the rage when I was a kid, spandex. And I also remember a brief period where men were wearing like half shirts, looked very effeminate. My father cured me of that. I went to visit him one time before he died in Georgia, and I was wearing one of those, and it came off rather quickly with some force. What about you and your spandex, Jake? Who's making fun? I'm not making fun. I'm just saying that I used to wear them. Not anymore, but I did when I was 14. It's like being naked, only not. Oh, I wouldn't have the nerve to wear them now. I won't even wear leather pants anymore because there's nothing sadder than a fat old man in leather pants trying to be a rock star. I gave that up when I started getting fat. Now the only leather I'll wear is chaps, and only when I'm on my motorcycle and it's raining or cold, then I'll wear it. But I don't do the leather pants anymore. I used to wear tight leather pants and snakeskin boots, had the whole look going on. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're not typing, but you're still on the phone while you're driving. He's hungry. He said, hurry up. So, as I was saying, it seems like when that happens to a child, when they start looking for a place to fit in and they pick a team and then they start acting like that team and taking on their characteristics, it's almost like being a chameleon. You just kind of blend into that group. And sometimes you'll flip flop around until you find the right group. But it seems like it happens more often than not. And I almost wonder if that desire to fit in isn't the very problem. Because I think you should teach your children at a young age to think clearly for themselves. And I don't think we do that well enough. I think if one were to delve down into the problem of this world, that would be it. That we try too hard to put our own biases onto our children, our own thoughts, try to raise them like we were raised, or opposite of what we were raised, depending on how your childhood was. I don't know if there's a good way to do it. I don't know if there's an answer to that riddle. I think as long as people have been living, there's been people trying to fit into boxes, tick the box. For whatever reason, though, I never had the desire to do that, which is why I'm so unusual. Because I didn't fit in. I didn't conform. And I guess there's other people like that, but they're scattered about. You can find people like me if you look. However, and I'm not bragging here, I'm just stating a fact, most of the people that you'll see that are like me are characters on movies because people love to write about people like me. Sherlock Holmes, Dr. House, those kind of people. People love to watch people like me, but they don't like to be around people like me. Like if you were with me, I would be on your nerves in a matter of a week. In a matter of 2 weeks, you'd be wanting to get away from me. But that's because right here, in this little frame that you're looking at, you can see a slice of me. You can see what I present to you. You can see a carefully constructed narrative of a character that you can absorb. But if you're in the room with me, then you get to see all of me. My sweatpants, my attitude, my thoughts, the fact that I never stop, ever stop thinking. So that's why people like me turn into movie characters and comic book archetypes, because we're very interesting, but only in slices. You can't take the whole pie. You just need the little piece. You know what I'm saying? If I turn the charm on full blast, your knees will start knocking, if you know what I'm saying. I ordered barbecue chicken, you traitor. I thought you just said you ordered a steak. Sports update, college basketball, no one cares. Ain't that a fact? Least of all me. I've never understood the finer points of grown men chasing a ball around a square. I am at the bar. Are you waiting for your ride on the outside? Yep, you are a character, and I'm Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if you are or not. I suppose that you've got those traits. I have unusual hobbies that have been compared to a certain person in a certain certain work, certain book, an authorial text, and it's been compared more than once, and not by me, which is what led me down this train of thought in the first place. But I suppose that it's accurate. I mean, people do love those types of characters, those archetypes, and I just happen to be one of them. And the reason that people love those archetypes is because they're different than what they are. It's a look into the other side. It's a peek behind the curtain, if you know what I'm saying. And so they are magnetized. They're drawn to those types of characters. Obviously, the problem is they can turn the TV off in an hour. The show goes off in an hour. They don't have to be with that person 24/7. Just got 27 notifications. Of what? If I were a character, I would be Thor. Fat and drunk Thor. Maybe. Well, I'm glad you're here, Great Sky Troll. Sock at him, Jake. You'd be Bink. I'd be me. I don't think there is a character that suits me. I'm like, I'd have to split it between two or three guys, I think. I'm a little bit Sherlock Holmes. I'm a little bit uh, Michelangelo. A little bit Hippocrates. A little bit Nikolai Tesla, just a tiny bit. And a whole lot of, I don't know, Confucius. As usual, I'm testing another part of this abomination for growing prawns. You're trying to grow prawns? Why are you trying to grow prawns? Is that the big shrimp? Is that what you're talking about? Or is that spelled differently? Who's bonk troll? Bink. That's all you, buddy. That's what I was asking. Or is it spelled differently? Is it Pron? Interesting. Have you ever read a study in pink? I mean, a study in scarlet? Great Sky Troll? Or anybody? That first description of Sherlock Holmes, when they introduced the character, that's very close to me. I've never read that series, but it sounds a lot like Dungeons and Dragons rules. I'll be right back. Hang on a second. Oh, says the host who's not supposed to ever leave any dead air. That's what I thought they were. Prawns. Yep. Big shrimp. I'll stick with being the drunk fat Thor, says Kev. Dangerously full of puns. I hate puns. Dangerously. Well, give us a few examples, Great Sky. You know what I did for a summer? I picked locks for a whole summer. Learned the art. An ant lion, a man-eating lion. Man-eating ant lion. A mandelion. Or a mandelion. Is that what you're admitting to being, a mandelion? The cat ass trophy. I got it. Though I'm not sure that's a pun. That's more akin to an anagram. Not really, but making one word another word, a word play. A Midas bug. Yes, turns anything it touches into gold. That would be the touch of Midas. A wish that is, uh, my mind just went blank. Faustian. It's a Faustian wish. Be careful what you wish for, kind of thing. You'll get exactly what you ask for, but you didn't consider what you asked for. The Faustian deal. The deal with the devil, as it were. That's the Midas touch. Everything I touch turns to solid gold, but that means everything, including yourself. Reverse wood. I like the cat ass trophy. How much coffee did you drink before getting on the night great sky? Hey, I'm glad he's talking, man. It's giving me plenty to think about. That's why I do this. I like to ponder the meanings of things, the connections that are made. Another time, I got bored once. My mama used to say that smart people don't get bored, meaning you can always find something to do. If you're intelligent, you're not going to get bored because you can find something. But I got bored. I went through a long period of nothing. And so I decided to learn Greek and piano. And for 2 weeks, 24 hours a day, that's what I did. And at the end of it, I could translate and read Greek and play the piano. Not very good at either one, but I can do them both. April is getting me drunk. I think she has a plan. Nyctopedes, small, multi-legged, round, carnivore creatures. They eat by cutting nickel-sized pieces of flesh from victims. Ooh, and I'm drinking vodka. I'm drinking Mountain Dew. And coffee. And cigarettes. They go down smooth after a while. So, just out of curiosity, what sorts of things have you guys done out of the ordinary? Things that the average person don't do when you found yourself bored. I hear you. Tastes like chicken. It probably is chicken. I would want powers that couldn't kill me ever, like to turn me into ever I need to come back. If I blow up, I turn invisible, fly if I needed, swim like a mermaid. I can speak Gullah, but only read the rest. Can't read Gullah, not written language. Interesting. Well, I'm no linguist. King Trent was a transformation king. Does that mean he wore a dress? Was he that kind of transformation king? Ew. You could swim like a mermaid now, April. I'll tell you how. Go down to the beach, find a store called Wings or some such on a corner. Go in and buy you a set of diving flippers. And then go to a pool, put them on, and jump in. And you'll be surprised how you can tread water with those things. And then you can swim just like a fish. It'll increase your speed by about 3%, enough to make you feel like you're really moving. In a pool, when there's no waves, you can go even faster. And you can tread, if you got strong enough legs, you can bring yourself about halfway up out of the water just by kicking. Almost walk on water with those things. Diving flippers. All kings of Zarth are magicians. Our magician class talent, Trent, was able to transform into any living creatures. Like Manimal. Remember that show, Manimal? It's only on for like one season. It's a terrible show, but it had a good premise. Dolph was the one with the self-transformation. I think I'll keep my bits and nettles right where they're at. Jake, look on your face. Reading what I wrote is hilarious. I hear you. It was a hilarious premise. I've thought about those sorts of things when I was younger. I always wanted to be able to turn invisible. For all of the reasons you would think a young, virile boy would desire to do so. What you think about GameStop? I haven't heard. I saw something, but I don't know exactly what's going on yet. You don't have the gills to survive. If I don't have air, I'll die. Well, that's why you're in a pool, so you can come up for air and then go back down. Then you can do that little out of the water dive like a mermaid. Or you could get a snorkel. Though I don't recommend it. I've never understood how those things are supposed to work. I always nearly drowned every time I ever tried to use one. They don't go up high enough. So what's the deal with GameStop? I've only seen a headline, but I don't know what's going on. I haven't had a chance to watch the news yet. Oh my God, talking about being a superhero. Woohoo. Remember, Jake, we used to play as She-Ra, He-Man, Batman, and stuff. Yeah, I remember. I was a little more serious about that, though. I was making plans back then. I actually got criticized for that recently. I'm like, I was a kid. What did you think I was supposed to do? prawns, specifically either black tiger Thai, Mekong Delta River prawns. I did briefly ponder the possibilities of being an actual superhero, like Batman. Quickly realized that it was not conducive to reality. Up to a pound a piece? No way. No, I haven't seen your mama tonight. She's probably sleeping it off. Hope she's doing well, though. If you get a shrimp that's a pound, I want to see that motherfucker. I want to hold it in my hands. Slap it on the table. Couldn't imagine. If you manage a shrimp that's a pound, I might consider eating a shrimp. I don't eat shellfish, but I'll make an exception if you can make one a pound. Damn, that's a big shrimp. Not yet, honey. I'm still working on it. Been slow going around here. Lots of issues. I did get my motorcycle halfway running, but still working on the truck. It's got a few problems. Kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. So it'll eventually sort itself out. Hey man, I have a friend named Rob Bob Aquaponics. I know it can be done. I don't know if it can be done with my system. Well, if anybody can do it, you can, I'm sure. I've never heard of it, but that don't mean anything. There's lots of things I haven't ever heard of. You think Mama's got the babies tonight? Your babies? You're swinging for the parking lot on this one. Well, did you put any consideration into my suggestion about the aquarium slash greenhouse where the fish provide sustenance for the vegetables? That way you've got vegetables and meat. It's a good idea. I'd look into it. I've seen it done, and it is feasible if you've got the desire and the interest to do it. Doesn't have to be very big, but it can feed your family year round. babies, I think Devin said they were coming over. I got you. You have a whole plan? Well, when you get it perfected, take some pictures and send it to me so I can get a look at it. If you don't mind, sir. I won't share them with anyone. Just email them to me. But I am curious. I've got a few ideas of my own concerning power. I think we've had this conversation before, so you understand what I'm saying. Do I know what a rider is in golf? Is that the guy that drives the golf cart? Jake, I have a back porch that was built to become a sunroom, like a greenhouse, but central heat. That's not bad. That's actually pretty decent. You could convert that into a greenhouse efficiently. Yeah, especially if you can get your fish tank working. You have that plus your aquarium slash greenhouse. You could feed the whole neighborhood. And when everybody's coming to you to eat, that's where power lies. You have to start calling you governor. Oh, you build it on the porch. Okay, I got you. I'm fascinated. Nope, it's when a woman hits the ball far enough she can ride in the cart to her next shot. Okay, isn't that what all of them do, though? Hit the ball and then ride to the next hole or the next green, rather. I don't know much about golf. Men got to walk. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks. Then how come the movies always have dudes riding around in golf carts? What are they doing out there? Other than it being a complicated thing and having a real good slice takes a lot of practice and a lot of discipline. Other than that fact, I don't know anything about the rules of golf or the meaning of it. I know the one and only time that I struck a golf ball with a club, I poked a hole through the aluminum trailer I was living in because it went a lot further than I thought it would when I swacked it, and a lot faster. Apparently, I do too. though I've never applied it in the game. I was just hitting golf balls with a drummer friend of mine once. We were way down at the end of an acre lot, way far away from the trailer, swacking at balls, and I just reared back and swacked one, and it went way out there and hit my trailer, poked a hole in the side. It equal parts impressed and scared me at the same time. But damn, I wouldn't want to get hit with one of those things. He didn't realize there was a hole under it. Who's April's secret admirer? A mystery solved from 3 or 4 podcasts ago. Was it you? Didn't understand why they were cheering. It rhymes with Hesney. Are you talking about Kenny Chesney? Is that your way of saying you'd like for me to play some music? It's Measney. Sure, I can play you some music. Though I'm afraid I only know a couple of Kenny Chesney tunes. I'm sure I know more, I just can't remember them off the top of my head. Maybe Teddy Bear's Picnic. A Fruit Loop. Listen closely, you can hear the fibers of my tongue rippling across my plastic teeth. He had too many old fashions. What would you like to hear? In my dreams, I bet. Though I don't know why you would want a slack lip feller like Kenny Chesney. He looks like he puts Vaseline on his lips. Feckin' vipers. I cannot reveal it, as it is a secret. I'm sure he does. Alright. I'm going to ask a question I need an answer. The last time we did a podcast where I played music, was the music cutting in and out? I admire you, honey. Were you having trouble hearing the music I was playing? Was it cutting in and out? I don't think the microphone on my laptop can handle it. So my plan is ... He says elliptically, I understand that you have a secret admirer named Miranda Lambert. Well, you understand my taste because I happen to like Miranda Lambert. Old Miranda Lambert. I don't like her now that she's gotten famous. I'm not into that fake shit. That vanity. I like good old homegrown country girls. 70s rock. I can do that. But first answer my question. the last time I played music, was it cutting in and out? Because the recording that I got back was cutting in and out. There's no sense in me playing if you can't hear the finer details of my playing. So what I'm going to do, if in fact it was cutting out, is switch microphones and see if that helps. What are y'all thinking about the answer? I'm building the system to grow green tomatoes, but the fish are interchangeable. Prawns will work if I can maintain 69 degrees Fahrenheit. I can grow prawns. No, I'm typing. $69 for 2 years, I don't know. Big prawns will get. All right, I'm going to switch microphones since nobody will answer me. Y'all hold tight. This may get loud for a second, but I'll fix it. Check. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. How's that? Can you still hear me? Hello. Boy, that's crispy. Is it too sharp? Tell me what I need to do. Got too much treble? Let me see if I can fix that. Guitar sounds good? Okay. Let's see where I'm at. Let me pull down the treble a little. All right, how's that? Is that getting better? Check 1 2 1 2. Sound better? I'm going to pull the volume back a little also. All right. Has that cut some of the crisp out? Do I need more bass still? Better? Okay. I'll put a little bit more bass on it, see how that works. All right. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. How does that sound? Everything still sound good? Is that better? Or do I need to do anything else to it because I can't hear it? Roll that bean footage. Bean footage. I don't know that I have any bean footage. Teddy bear picnic. You lost me. I don't think that's me. I get nothing. Great Sky Troll is saying enough bourbon. Well, at first he was telling me how to adjust my volume and my audio because I just switched microphones. And now I shall play thee some 70s rock and roll like you requested. Just taking more records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like it old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. I'd rather hear some blues and funky old soul. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like it old time rock and roll. Just give me that old time rock and roll. The kind of music, Lord, soothe my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Take me to a disco. You never even drag me out on the floor. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like it old time rock and roll. Just give me that old time rock and roll. That kind of music, Lord, soothe my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Ah! There's some 70s rock and roll for you. How terrible did it sound, Great Sky? Does that work? Too much? Too little? No clipping, crackling, or skips. Excellent. That's a little better microphone that's built onto the camera, though I suspected it would be a lot shinier than the built-in microphone on the laptop. Well, I saw you at the reception. I can't sing that high. Saw you at the reception. Glass of wine, bloodstained hands. And I don't know the rest of the song, but I'ma make it up as I go, kind of man. No, you can't always get what you want. I said you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you might find get what you need. Wish I had some pictures on the Rolling Stone today. Yeah, I wish that the Inquirer would spread a rumor that I was gay. Wish I had some buddies, some movie stars and such, 'cause I probably wouldn't worry about the two of us as much. Oh yeah, and I'd spend all my money on caviar and cocaine. I would not remember how you broke my heart today. You know, I wish I had a supermodel so skinny and so wild, and a waitress in Nevada, she said she's carrying my child. And I drive down Sunset Boulevard, my hair blowing in the wind, and I'd stop at fancy restaurants, and they'd finally let me in. Oh yeah, and I'd spend all my money on caviar and cocaine. You know what I'm saying? And I would not remember how you broke my heart today. Wish I had some pictures on the Rolling Stone today, and I wish that the Inquirer would spread a rumor that I was gay. Wish I had some buddies, someone like Charlie Sheen. 'Cause if he'd hang out with Kato Kalin, well, I guess he'd hang out with me. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 'Cause I spent all my money on caviar and cocaine. I don't have to remember how you broke my heart today. I don't know, don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. I don't know what I miss. I drink shine like water. Cool, crisp beverage for men, real men. I have a still in storage. Sing, don't worry, be happy. Never mention the grand plan. I am ready. Let's light it up and makes it clear. Old moonshine. What'd you think of that song? That's an old Charlie Robinson song. It's quite apropos. Weed, still, and brewing in an ice house, like a coffee shop, but the coffee isn't for sale. Ooh, you have entered the Twilight Zone. We both lie silently still in the dead of the night. Though we both lie close together, we feel miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not turn out right? Oh, I tried not to hurt you. Oh, I tried. But I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Yes, it does. All right, you guys tell me what you want to hear. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. When evening rolls around, it's time to hit the town. Where do you go? To rock and roll. Old folks say you gotta be in here by 9. saying your daddy don't rock and roll. Sandersville. There's a nice house from 1820. It's been abandoned for 85 years, unoccupied, but perfect for a dispensary and a bar, maybe an outside grill. Sounds like a business opportunity. What shall I tempt thine ears with this evening? Do you have a request? I do this for all men. Half a pint and the glow of a successful construction. If that's a song, I don't know it. Eric Clapton. Do you want like a... Or do you want like... Oh, I got you. I know what I'm going to do. Or do you want like... You're good with either? It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? I said no. You look terrible tonight. We go to a party. Everyone turns to see this beautiful lady wandering around with me. And then she asked me, do you feel alright? And I said no, I feel horrible tonight. But I feel terrible because I see the bloodlust in your eyes. And the wonder of it all is how in the world am I gonna survive? That's what happens when you date a fat woman. It's time to go home now. I've got an aching head. I hand her my car keys. After she drives me home. And then she asks me, as I turn out the lights, oh my darling, you are terrible tonight. Yes, my darling, I feel horrible tonight. If your stove won't go Chicken Hills, yeah. You're welcome, sir. Lots of worth for a penny and a putch. Woohoo! You got my number. You got my name. So why don't you call me Little Liza Jane? You got that body. You got that frame. Why don't you call me Little Liza Jane? Girl, I got it bad for you. There ain't nothing I won't do. Just one kiss and I'll never be the same. Little Liza Jane. There is nothing I won't do. I can't take any more of hearing you. Won't you sit still, lay down silent, rest in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down silent, don't even speak so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you. Well, it was Friday in the PM, just like every weekend. I was ready to go down. Yeah, get a little toe up, so I called my hose up to meet me out on the town. Wild Man Willie said I'd like to really, but I was on TV. Ray had a date with his wife and they quit drinking, but they didn't tell me. Am I the only one that wants to have some fun tonight? Is there anybody out there wants to have a cold beer, kick a little boot tonight? If I have to raise hell all by myself, I will, but y'all, that ain't right. It's time to get it on. Am I the only one that wants to have fun tonight? I was flying solo down to Silverados. The joint was looking like a morgue. Country cutie with a rock and roll booty come strutting in through the door. Yelled, who wants to dance? And fired up the band with a Franklin and a shot of Patron. She looked right at me, said, Jay, what'll it be? Are we gonna let me party alone? Am I the only one that wants to have fun tonight? Is there anybody out there want to have a cold beer, kick it till the morning light? If I have to raise hell all by myself, well, but y'all, that ain't right. It's time to get it on. Am I the only one that wants to have fun tonight? Yeah, am I the only one that wants to have fun tonight? Is there anybody out there want to have a cold beer, kick it till the morning light? I have to raise hell all by myself, I will, but y'all, that ain't right. It's time to get it on. Am I the only one that wants to have fun tonight? Come on, get your good time on. Come on, come on. Come on, get your good time on. Come on, let's have a little fun tonight. Come on, get your good time on. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Come on, get your good time on. Come on. digging in the dirt, you gotta get it in the ground before the rain comes down to get paid to get the girl and drive your four-wheel drive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, them boys round here drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girl, talking about trucks, and them four-wheel drives and kicking up dust. Yeah, the boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no shit. Too legit, too legit, too legit to quit, y'all. Yeah, I went there. It's hammer time. Well, the boys around here do all this. They like that y'all in southern drawl, and they can't keep heaven, but they can't help falling. For the boys around here drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, and a four-wheel drive, I'm picking up dust. Yeah, the boys around here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, won't take no shit. Too legit, too legit, too legit to quit. Inside me and you, we're gonna take a little ride to the river. That's right. Lay a blanket on the ground, licking and a hoping it's the only sound. We out of time. All right, what's happening here? Are y'all leaving me? What is the meaning of this? Are you rapping in text, Mr. McCoy? Streamlabs sucks. What's happening? I use OBS with a Streamlabs plugin. What's it doing? Open Broadcast System. That's what OBS stands for. Alright, I got time for one more. It's a little past time. We're a little late, but we're having fun, so time flies when you're having fun. But I gotta pee, so before we go any further, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you get notifications when I'm going to be here. Smash that like button like it owes you money. It owes me money, that's for damn sure. And share this video with somebody you love because they'll enjoy it too. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. Bless me, curse me, cuss me, question me. It doesn't matter as long as you're thinking. That's what I want you to be doing. And if you like what I'm doing, and if you think you can help, go to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. I could sure appreciate it. And with that, we'll get back to the program, regularly scheduled and all that. Ha! Good one. Takes half my donations. I'll hand you cash instead. Well, if you go to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand, it don't take half your donations. It takes $1, and I get the rest. So if you decide you would like to donate, I'll take it, because I could use it. If you don't, that's fine. I don't care. I'm going to do what I do regardless. But every little bit helps. So I appreciate you talking about it, encouraging it and such. But I don't go through Streamlabs. You can buy one of my t-shirts through Streamlabs, but it's kind of expensive. If you want to buy a t-shirt, buy it from me. But this is my best way to get you here. Fix Streamlabs. I agree. Dulcido. All right, I got time for one more. So what would you like to hear? Everybody knows your name, and we're always glad you came. Do-si-do. Get down to fiddle and you get down to bow. Kick off your shoes and you throw them on the floor. Dance to the morning to the sunlight. Louisiana Saturday night. Tom Petty. Around, but she grew up tall and she grew up right with them Indiana boys on the Indiana night, yeah. Well, she moved down here, age of 18, blew the boys away beyond I ever seen. I was introduced and the girl started grooving. She said, I dig Jake Johnson, we gotta keep moving on, yo. We gotta keep moving on. Dance with Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this time again. Slow down, you never grow old. But I'm tired of screwing up, tired of being down, I'm tired of myself, and I'm tired of this time. Oh my, oh hell yeah. Honey, take off that party drink. I said buy me a drink, sing me a song. Take me as I am, cause I won't stay long. Last dance with Mary Jane, one more time to kill the pain. Summer creeping in and I'm tired of this time again. She's a bad girl. She loves her mama. She loves Jesus and America too. She loves Elvis. She's crazy about cheese fries. Loves her boyfriend and America too. Whatever. It's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard. Now the bad boy, cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. But I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free. It's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard, and I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, yeah. Free falling. All the vampires walking through the valley move west down Ventura Boulevard. All the bad girls are standing in the shadows, and all the good girls are at my house with broken hearts. But I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. Free falling now, free falling now, free falling now, free falling. I've had a good time tonight. Thank you guys for taking care of me. I'll see you on Friday. Falling now, free falling now, free falling now, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. Said I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, I'm free falling. All right, fellas. I've had a great night tonight. I hope you guys had fun too. Just imagine what a whole show of me would be like with my band and the lights and everything. It'd be awesome. It always has been. Maybe a weekend of Jake shows and me drinking entirely too much. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. You find me a place to play and I'll show up and play there. Ain't nobody doing shit these days. Starving to death as a musician. They don't call us starving artists for nothing, I guess. You are certainly welcome, my brother. From another mother. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm out of here. I've enjoyed the conversations tonight. I've had a great time. I hope it's been as enlightening and as fun for you as it has been for me. And I will see you guys on Friday. Peace out!